Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Although I didn't post last week, I do have a lot to show you guys this week for our ants. If you guys didn't know, I check on my ants every Saturday, and I thought I'd get it on camera for the channel. And to be able to document the growth of the colony, so in a couple years when they're a huge colony, or if they're dead or whatever happens, I can look back and see what they were now. Well, not now as in the future, but like now as in when this video was made. And I have a new colony, which I'm not planning on keeping actually, but I do have a good idea to do with it. Or I have a good idea for what to do with it. Before we guys get in the video, please leave a like and subscribe. And just comment if you are a subscriber and put shout out and then put your regular comment and then you can get a shout out. Because the comments haven't been working, it's been a while since that's happened. The comments were working on our last two videos, hopefully they are now. Anyways, it's time to show you guys my colony of lasius niger. Right now, they are being housed in a test tube portal, test tube setup, because the Ants Canada ant tower that we had did not actually work out that well. They did not want to dig, and because of the slant in the sand, they could not find the food that I placed down, and so they began to starve. So as soon as I put them in the test tube portal, I put some food in there, and they ate the entire day, just sending worker after worker to get more and more food, and then they took it back to the brood, and once they were empty, they went back and got more food. Yeah, it was crazy. I'm so glad that I decided to take them out, otherwise I could have lost that colony. As you guys can see, they are right now in the test tube portal with the test tube. And I did add some sand, and I'm glad I did because they were able to customize their place a little bit more. And here is the actual colony in this little place right here. They have a red film right now. And you cannot see them very well through the red film, but that's why we're about to take it off. So I'm just going to quickly, hold on. So I've adjusted the camera. I mean, in the process, I accidentally bumped it. So they are a little bit startled, but they're about to be anyway. Here, I'm just going to put it on this chair here. Here we go. Just going to grab this. Boom. They have put a bunch of sand in their place. And as you can see, they have a huge egg pile right there, right above my finger. Also above my finger, that is the queen. And oh, there's some more eggs right there. They have lots of eggs and larvae. And let's do a worker count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's one behind the queen, and 10. We have 10 workers. And let's look for some pupae. Two more pupae. So we should have around 12 workers by the end of the next week. That is impressive growth considering the last time we checked on them, they only had 6 workers. As you can see, a lot of pupae have hatched. A lot new ants are here that have come. So yeah, there we go. Update on our colony of lasius niger. Yes, they are alive. They're just not really moving. For a second, you could see one in the outworld. There was one against the glass. Oh boy. So let's go on a top view there. And you can see tons of the workers. Wait, no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. They already have 12 workers. Can you guys believe that? And there's the queen right there. What all those workers are circling around is a huge pile of larvae, which will be the next generation of ants in this colony. You can see one against the glass, one of the workers there. Look at all those eggs. Now there is some sand, but you can see the workers are in a circle. The queen is right now looking around. Let me try and switch to the other side. You can see all the eggs up against the glass. Oh, they all just fell. Sorry. Well, no, not the eggs, the larvae. So these workers have had enough for today. Yeah, that's 12 workers. That is insane. Which means they have grown by 6 workers just in the past 2 weeks. And they have 2 new pupae and a crap ton of new brood. So to the looks of it, this colony is very much on its way to success. Now, as you can see, I've really startled them. So what I'm just going to do is carefully put our red film back on the test tube. To avoid startling them anymore. Oh. And just to balance out the test tube, I'm going to put a cotton right there. Put everything at level. I'm going to put some more food in there after this video. Looks like they really need it. And after that, we should have tons of healthy brood. I mean, when I'm talking about a lot of brood, there was like 40, maybe 50 larvae. And there were 2 cocoons, 1 queen, around 30, maybe 40 larvae, and eggs. And then that's 12 workers, 6 new workers in the past 2 weeks. We are on a roll. This colony is doing amazing. And they had a lot of trouble when I first got them. Of course, I think you guys know the story. Got them for Christmas, but they had a long time where they hadn't eaten. So they had a really hard time. And after 7 months now of them cycling through broods that they've grown and then eaten, and then grown and laid more eggs and then eaten, and then laid more eggs and eaten. 7 months of that cycle and a ton of food later, the colony is finally back up on their feet and they're doing amazing. And so now for the new colony that I got. These ants are so tiny, I'm not even sure if the camera will be able to pick them up. They definitely won't be able to if they cannot focus on lasius niger. These ants are so incredibly small that I tried using an AC plug and that did not work because guess what? They crawled through the little ventilation holes. I don't know what to do with them. There they are. Wait, no. Let's see. So that white speck is all of their eggs. A very large amount of it. And so that right there is the queen laying next to a bunch of eggs. And then she has a ton of workers, but they are incredibly tiny. The camera is not able to pick them up. They're all yellow. And they do have some majors. That one right there that the camera's picking up is a major. So only picking that one up a little bit because it's bigger than the rest. So yeah, the majors have these nice beefy little heads. and they're not super big, so they can't do much damage. And because they're so small, they can't fit in any ant farms because they'll just crawl through the ventilation holes. I think I'm just going to let them go. I'm sad that I have to do that because I finally caught a colony that is not only interesting in color, because they're golden, but they have majors, which is something that I am absolutely obsessed with. Having a lasius niger colony, I don't have any ants with interesting color or multiple queens or majors. Lasius niger has a single queen, tiny black ants with no majors, not even minors that stay back in the nursery, just the same exact kind of ant for the entire colony. The only time that there's an ant smaller than the other is when it's in the knitting. And there's only one generation of those that happen at the very beginning of the colony, and then you never see them again. So it's sad having to lose a colony with interesting size, color, and a major because they're too small to keep. So yeah, I don't really know what I'm gonna do. If this video doesn't have comments, then try and go on to another video and comment, but tell me if you guys think I should try and keep them or if I should let go of them. If I were to keep them, it would not be in any setup that we could actually visibly see the queen or the brood or anything. It would have to be something like a container, like a terrarium almost, because they would have to be in the ground digging their own tunnels, doing all that kind of stuff. And there's no problem with that, but it just limits our visibility of special things like the queen or seeing how many eggs they have and all that kind of stuff. So if I keep them, they cannot stay in a test tube. They will have to go in a vivarium or formicarium or something. They cannot stay in a test tube or an Ants Candida setup of any sort. And I'm not even sure that I have the resources at this point to house that second colony in Ants Candida stuff. So, you guys tell me if I should just go release them in the wild or if I should try and keep them in a naturalistic setup, in which you guys can try and name them as well. I don't know, something funny like the golden nuggets because they're so tiny and they're golden. And then perhaps, you guys could also help out with mapping out what the terrarium would actually look like. So if it would be like canyons or a forest or like a beachside or a desert, something like that. So yeah, there we go for the update. Let me know what you guys think of the growth of our lasius niger colony and if we should keep that little golden ant colony. Please leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.